Introduction to Malachi. Author Malachi. Date written between 450 and 400 BC. Time span about 7 years. Title from the book's author Malachi. This name means my messenger. Background. The temple of God is now complete. The ministries of Haggai and Zechariah are over, but prophecies continue through Malachi and his contemporary Nehemiah. Once again, the nation has fallen into a variety of sins: divorce, intermarriage to pagan spouses, neglect to the temple and its tithes, ungodly leadership, and indifference. It has been about 100 years since the Jews returned to Jerusalem, and now God's people are discouraged due to the trying times of drought and famine. Where written, Jerusalem, to whom? To all Israelites, but especially to the remnant that returned from captivity in Babylon. Content: the prophet Malachi brings a message of judgment on the people because they have not learned from their past sins. In a dialogue with God, the sins and autopathy of the people are rebuked. Malachi is distinguished as being the only prophetic book that ends not in deliverance but judgment. Mankind has made very little progress spiritually through the years, and thus the Old Testament ends with the word curse. However, the word is contained in a promise that Elijah will come to restore the hearts of the fathers. This will fulfill the coming of John the Baptist, who prepares the ways for Jesus Christ 400 years after Malachi's message. Key words: tithes and prepare. When the people of God do not tithe, they are actually robbing from God what is rightfully his. Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 and 9. But the people owe to God more than just their money. They owe their time, talents, and praise as well. Part of Malachi's ministry is to prepare the hearts of God's people and the way for John the Baptist, who will then prepare the way for the Messiah, Jesus Christ our Lord. Themes: redeeming God's um remembering God's past victory will help during our times of need today. Giving to God and his work is a privilege, not a punishment. Try as we may, we can never outgive the Lord. There is no overlooking the issue of sin. God has a plan that includes all of history. Outline. Number 1. God's love for Israel is found in Malachi chapter 1 verses 1 through 5. Number 2. Israel's defiled sacrifices is found in Malachi chapter 1 verses 6 through 14. Number 3. God's admonishment for the priests is found in Malachi chapter 2 verses 1 through 9. Number 4. Israel's sin shown offensive to God is found in Malachi chapter 2 verse 10 through Malachi chapter 3 verse 15. And number 5. Promises and rewards for those who fear God is found in Malachi chapter 3 verse 16 through Malachi chapter 4 verse 6. May the Lord add a blessing to the introduction of the book of Malachi.